Zak George can't handle this type of dog. There's no way you're going to see him do it. Why will you never see Zak George with this type of dog? You're looking at Zarathustra. He's more than a Malinois. He's a KNPV Malinois cross. Well, Malinois are sports cars. He's the Formula One to their sports car. He's in the top 3% of all dog genetics for working dogs. He was bred to be a disposable weapon for Tier 1, but I made him a legend. And this is why you'll never see Zak George with this. He can't understand these types of dogs. He never works with a bite dog. He's never worked with a powerful dog like this. His ideology will not work with this type of dog. In fact, you will never see him do what I can do and what Zarathustra can do. This dog, as I said, it was bred as a genetic example of the height of working dogs. He's desired by military. Why can't Zak handle this type of dog? Like I said, he doesn't have the ideology. He doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have the years. He hasn't apprenticed with people. He doesn't understand these types of dogs. He will never see him work with a bite dog, protection dog, stopping home invaders, because he doesn't know how to train that type of dog. His ideology doesn't work on that type of dog, and you'll never see him do the world record. This dog that you're looking at, you're watching, holds the world record. Nobody has a master shot of beyond a quarter mile. He's a stand stay. Zak George can't get the dog to do a stand stay at 20 feet. This dog does a stand stay as I drive away in a truck over 480 yards, waits on me. That's called having a true relationship, a true bond, true trust. I don't care what Zak George says. He's never had this level because he won't do what it takes. It's like Dean Schneider can enter into his lion pride with no fear of being killed. Zak George can't enter that. Zak George has based himself off of garbage that he thinks that he's found back from Karen Pryor, a dolphin trainer, when there was contained environments. Well, you don't risk much with a dolphin. I come from a different place, big cat training. When you make an error, you're dead. It's life and death. There's more to it than how Zak George looks at things. So having this asset as a weapon, as he's called by my topside wrangler, a weapon, my dog tech, describing him as a weapon, you're seeing something no one else in the world can do this. No one. No other dog, no other trainer has done this. That's why Zak George can't begin to do this. He doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have the lineage. He doesn't have the many years. I've been training dogs since 1974. My first car commercial I did with my dog, a German Short-Haired Pointer, was 1979. Zak George wasn't even around in 1979. And I was mentored by Bill Keeler and Carl Miller, two huge names in movie dogs, and both came from tactical dogs to begin with, by the way. And then I won't go through my entire lineage, but let's say when Robert Riddell Weatherwax, the last of the legendary Lassie trainers, says that I'm the man in dog training and that I'm impressive, and then Simon Prinz, who is a pioneer in tactical dog training with electronics, cameras, and such, says that my ability with the dog is on a different level. The distance proves everything. This is where everything falls apart. Distance is the proof of everything. So you gotta sit, stay even. Well, how far away can that dog do that? You've seen that before. Zarathustra did a quarter mile, sit, stay, recall on a desolate highway. Easy for him. And he can't just do all that. He can do all sorts of movie things. John Wick needed 5 dogs to do the part of John Wick. I have Zarathustra who could do all of those 5 parts. He's that big of a hero dog that he can. This is this generation's Rin Tin Tin. This is a once-in-a-generation dog. And he needs to get the acclaim that he so deserves. People like Zak George can't understand that. He doesn't have the skill. None of his friends, none of his Victoria Stillwell, Denise Finzi, any of these people, Susan Garrett, can't approach a dog like this. They won't work with dogs like this. Their ideology falls apart. It doesn't work. They don't have the metrics. Let's talk data and metrics. Right here, you're watching it. There is no talk beyond what I'm doing here. There is no downgrading this. There is no, it didn't happen. It's right here. Master shot. You see a master shot. If you don't understand what a master shot is, look it up. It's movie film technology terms, and you can easily find that. No one has done this besides Zarathustra and myself. We're in a league far beyond everyone else. That's why I'm known as the world's only verified quarter-mile dog trainer. Scour the internet. You won't find anyone else. Zak George struggles to get a 200-foot recall. 200 feet, that's nothing. And as movie dog trainers, we start out doing pretty far compared to AKC, UKC, sport, obedience sort of stuff. We don't play a lot of games for stylistic points, which why is Zak George introducing watered down sport dog training? Why is he doing automatic sits? Why is he doing the dog comes to the front of you? That's not natural. Dogs don't do that naturally. That won't work for movie dogs. That won't work for tactical dogs. It's a waste of time. Why are you doing it? Why are you listening to Zak George? It's Zak George. Now, if you got a critique of this to say, and you're a sycophant of Zak George and you want to buy into the ideology, purely positive only, you're going to have footage of you with the master shot of doing a quarter mile at least recall. No, otherwise you don't rate making any comments that would be detracting on this channel. You can't. You're not in my league. Let's get this straight, people. There's someone who's the best in everything. There's a best race car driver. There's a best fighter. There's a best fighter pilot. There's a best surgeon. And there is a best in dog training. And I own the distance. That's right. I own the distance. Zak George doesn't own anything except a bunch of garbage and an ideology he's trying to force down your throat. It's a consensus. Yeah, well, it used to be a consensus that the world was flat, that the Earth was the center of the solar system. Both of them wrong. And so is Zak George. So think about that. Zak, as many people call him, the Hack George. And now you can see again, I am the man here. This is the dog. His name is Zarathustra. Learn it.